When flying the friendly skies, there are things you can do to cruise through the airport and have fun before you even reach your destination. I'm Lauren from Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. While your goal is to leave town, there's a lot to experience before departing your gate, and plenty of ways to reduce travel stress. And a big thank you to our Pack Hacker Pro community for sharing their tips with us. They had awesome insights about ways to breeze through and enjoy your time at the airport. Check out the link in the description below to join in on the conversation. Let's dive in. We love planning trips to see the world, though you may not think to check out the airports you'll visit along the way. They're not always just for passing through. Our Pack Hacker Pro members love to explore the features of different airports. Pro Sergey K says a little research goes a long way to optimize your time before you board. Scouting out what stores and restaurants are there will help you get excited for your trip to begin the moment you leave home, and you may even score some deals or discounts. Plus, some airports have unique features. Flying out of Singapore Changi Airport, take a dip in the swimming pool by Aerotel Singapore to relax before you board or while away the time during a long layover. Or make plans to dine at Le Chef in the Geneva Airport in Switzerland. Sergey says it's a hidden gem with views of the runway and mountains in the background, so it's a great reason to get to the airport early. Plus, airport websites often post the latest weather conditions and unique rules and regulations you need to know when you're there, along with information about parking and flight delays. They're a great resource when you travel, so you're always prepared. This step is essential before your travels begin. Letting your airline know that you're still planning to fly can save you from being bumped off an overbooked flight. Check in online as soon as you can secure your seat, which is usually about 24 hours ahead of departure. While it's easy to remember as you head out because you're so excited to hit the road, set a reminder for the last day of your trip so you don't forget about your return flight. Then, save your boarding pass to your phone's wallet or take a screenshot to have a backup. Knowing how much luggage you have can save you time and money at the airport too. It's sometimes cheaper to pay for checked bags in advance, and printing your tag at a kiosk and dropping it off at the prepay counter may let you skip the long line of travelers waiting to check in their bags. Before you do, take a photo of your luggage to prove its condition if it gets damaged or lost en route. While agents may need to check your belongings, you can keep them secure with a TSA-approved lock. Agents have special codes and tools to get inside if they really need to, and if you get an inexpensive one, it's not a huge loss if they cut it. Knowing where you're going to park ahead of time gives you one less thing to think about before your departure. Depending on where you choose, you may need a bit more time before boarding. We know time is money, but you can save a little bit of cash if you decide to park further away. Since budget lots are often far from the terminal, account for the stretch spent waiting for a shuttle. Or check out nearby parking services, which might be cheaper and get you to your gate faster. You may uncover parking coupons or discounts from AAA or other travel associations if you look them up ahead of time. After you park, take a photo of the surrounding area, including any notable markers or site identification so you won't forget where your car is when you return home. Stashing your ticket above the sun visor in your car or behind your ID in your wallet will make it easier to find later. Of course, if you're traveling long-term, paying for parking may not make sense. The money you save on daily charges can pay for a rideshare to and from the airport instead. And look into shared shuttles at your destination. It's often cheaper than renting a car if you don't need transportation at your hotel or resort. Just be sure to schedule a pickup ahead of time so that you don't have to think about it on the last day of your vacation. All that extra time you built in may disappear at airport security, though there are ways to minimize your time in line. The time of day and the size of the airport can influence how long it takes you to get through. There may be fewer passengers in the screening line at a regional airport compared to a large hub, though there also may be fewer TSA agents. Flying at an off-peak time can reduce your wait. Many airports list the current wait times for security online, so check before you leave home to have an estimate of how long you'll take. Keep all of your travel documents and identification in one place, whether it's a dedicated spot in your bag or a passport wallet. Choose one that holds cards, cash, and a passport, and some even come with a strap so you can wear it through the terminal. Or pick a bag with a dedicated pocket for your passport or ID so you always know where it is. You can also reduce your wait by signing up for TSA PreCheck or similar pre-screening services, which often have shorter lines and allow you to leave on your shoes and belt. Regardless of security, it's best to be at the airport 2 hours before a domestic flight or 3 hours before an international one. Boarding typically begins 30 to 50 minutes before takeoff, so you may not have too much time to kill if you have to take a shuttle or a tram to your terminal or walk from the other end of the airport to your gate. You planned your parking and got through security faster than expected. Now what? Whatever the reason, you may have extra time at the airport. Use it to stretch your legs before sitting for hours on a long-haul flight. Checking out the airport shops may uncover a hidden gem of a souvenir you missed buying, or a gift from home for the friend you're visiting. And, of course, there's always the luggage store. You never know what kind of fun travel gadget you'll discover inside. Wear a sling to make shopping easier. It's great for carrying essentials like a wallet, ID, and phone, so you don't have to dig deep into your travel backpack to pay for a candy bar. Or use the time to relax in the airport bar. It's a great place to meet fellow travelers and exchange tips and stories from the road. Waiting for a return flight home may also be your last chance to taste local cuisine, so hit up restaurants you haven't tried instead of fast food chains. A sit-down meal is more relaxing and it'll eat up more time than a counter service meal. The further you fly, the greater the chance of spending extra time in airports. Whether it's because of a delay or a long layover, it's nice to know your options when you're traveling internationally. Packhacker Pro member William S. always checks whether the airport has a hotel. That way you can immediately book a room if there's a long delay or a cancellation. Then you can relax and recharge while you try and find another flight instead of trying to do so amidst the chaos of other travelers. Some airports also have places to nap without leaving the building or sprawling across 4 chairs. Whether it's a sleeping pod with just a bed or a small suite for a little more room, you can rent these spaces by the hour or overnight for a place to stretch your legs. There are usually only a few of these in each airport, so knowing where they are ahead of time is the key to securing your spot. If you have a long delay in a smaller airport, consider stashing your luggage in a locker or bringing along your travel backpack and exploring the nearby city. You may see more exciting sights than the same travelers pacing up and down the hallway. It's also a great idea for long layovers. It's nice to have a non-stop flight, though it's not always possible. So take advantage of your layover to recharge your devices and yourself. Before leaving home, check your credit card's website or airline loyalty program to see if you qualify for an airport lounge. Getting access is a game changer when you travel. While you may still be biding your time in the airport, at least you're doing it with food and drinks. Plus, our pros point out that the airport lounge will get you access to agents with shorter lines, early updates on flight changes, and more help dealing with delays or cancellations. Some airports like Singster International in Jamaica let you pay a daily rate for lounge access with expedited customs processing. No matter where you spend your layover, it may be worth packing an outlet splitter so you and your travel companions can recharge your devices before you take off. Plus, you can help fellow flyers since there are only so many outlets in the pedestal. And a battery bank can save your phone battery from dying if you can't plug it in. After all, you still need access to your boarding pass. If you need a laptop, reach for a bag with a separate laptop compartment so you can pull out your device without messing up your packing cubes, and a main compartment with enough room for a couple of days worth of gear. So there you have it, some ways to make your time in the airport more enjoyable. Leave a comment down below with your favorite thing to do while you're waiting for a flight, because remember, some of the best tips come from you, the Packhacker community, right here on YouTube. Thanks for keeping it here at Packhacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.